Josh, APTV, live at Aftershock, Sacramento 2015. We're backstage here with NXT Superstar Samoa Joe. Joe, how are you?
I'm great. I'm great. How are you doing, man?
Very good. Well, you know, I want to jump right into it. Yesterday, we got to come see NXT live, and you know, a couple months ago, you know, we had some kind of a little beef started between Corey Taylor from Slipknot and Corey Graves from the team.
Yeah.
And
I mean, Graves can be abrasive.
You know, started a little bit of a Twitter feud there, and it seemed to escalate to the point of getting physical yesterday in the match against, you know, your opponent, Baron Corbin. Tell us, you know, what was kind of happening there.
You know, it's funny. You know, Baron, he considers himself kind of a rock aficionado, and he feels himself a little bit too much. And so every time we get to these festivals, and you know, he gets in front of these rock bands, you know, he kind of wants to be held in the same esteem. And you know, he just couldn't handle Corey kind of sitting there at ringside, and he just had to say something, man. And you know, to Corey's credit, I mean, you know, he handled business, and it worked out in my favor. So you know, I'll take it.
Well, you know, I was sitting right behind him. It looks like, you know, Corey was definitely on Team Samoa Joe all night.
Yeah,
you know, cheering you
on. I know Corey's a big wrestling fan, and I mean, he keeps up. So I mean, it's funny. I got to talk to him a little bit afterwards and say my thank yous. And you know, he's telling me, you know, how much he keeps track of things and keeps an eye on what we do. And obviously, you know, it's hard not to keep an eye on what Slipknot does, because I mean, they're always at these festivals and kind of always out there in front of the public doing something. So, you know, it made for a nice little night, nice little bit of synergy.
Yes, absolutely. Well, obviously, for this round of you know, Slipknot versus you know, Corey Graves and Baron Corbin, you know, 1-0 Slipknot. In their favor.
It's man, I don't know if Graves wants to even kind of like get into it with him, man.
I think
he's got a heavy hand, man. Like,
he didn't hold
real
back.
Heavy hand. I mean, Corbin's got a big meaty skull, but I mean, like, you can see the ripples. Like, and he brought it down. He had gravity on his side, so the technique's on point. Definitely has like he turned the hip on it. It was, I mean, you know, Graves he's smaller than Corbin. I don't know if he really wants to get into that.
Now, do you think, you know, as someone who often wrestles and fights, is it more insulting from one man to punch another man, or to open hand slap?
Slap, absolutely, slap. I mean, if you punch a man, at least you're saying, hey, listen, I find you a worthy enough threat to ball a fist and hopefully knock you unconscious. When you slap a dude, I mean, you're just pretty much telling him that I don't respect you enough to really even give you 100% light work.
Well, it was the smack heard around the world.
Absolutely.
I think it's so great you have all the, you know, the NXT experience coming here, you know, to Aftershock Festival, also to Louder Than Life. Tell us a little bit about what it's like for you guys to come here and kind of enter into the rock world and see all these kind of great bands and the overlap, you know, to the
it's
NXT
awesome
world.
For us. You know, I think the biggest fear that I think we kind of had was, you know, when you come to a music festival, and I've been to tons, you know, growing up and coming up in Southern California, there's always huge rock festivals. And when you come to these, you know, people come to see rock music. So, you know, to see so many kind of NXT faithful kind of, you know, show up regardless. And you know, when there's great bands, you know, playing their sets, and yet they're still migrating over to our tent and filling us out. I mean, it's really flattering, man. It's really cool, man. The vibe here is great. The people here have been great. The fans here have been great. So, I mean, I'm digging the festival run that we've been on.
What's next for you guys at NXT?
Let's see here. I mean, we got a big tour of the UK coming up. Obviously, you know, I think we're heading over to Dallas Stadium, and we're going to do something on there. So for the big WrestleMania kickoff. And, I mean, we've got a lot of things in the works, man. So I'm sure we'll be all over the planet here pretty soon. That's great. Well, check it all out at the WWE Network, $9.99, as we all know. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, thanks so much. It's an investment. It's a gift that keeps on giving. Well, guys, this has been APTV, backstage at Aftershock, Samoa Joe, NXT. Thanks so much. Thank you, man. You bet.